Okay, everybody, here we are with part 5. We've already done 3 days of decent meals, and now I'm going to try and put together another day, or another 24 hours, of everything I have left. I've done a little better than I thought I would. I thought there'd be just a whole lot more, just nothing but sweet items. I did try and separate out some of the items that have a little more protein, a little more starches, to help keep you full throughout the day. And yes, I still try to make this around 3,000 calories. But this is what we're going to have for breakfast. I know you might think this is a little strange, but I don't. Going to have some rice porridge, or I'm going to attempt to make a little bit of rice porridge. Peanut butter and strawberry jam with some crackers, and our drink is going to be a chocolate shake with a pack of our deep rich coffee. But anyway, we'll get our rice going first. It just takes 4 ounces of water, and let it sit for 8 minutes. Probably give it a shake every now and then. Get this gusset opened up. Let it stand up really good. And even though it's going to be a little bit of a sweet item, you do need a little bit of salt in that rice or it's going to be pretty bland. Alright. While our water's heating up, get our chocolate shake ready. I didn't quite tear it good enough. It'll work. I don't like our chocolate milk. It called for 8 ounces of water, but it seemed kind of thin, as in the flavor was thin. This calls for 8 ounces of water. Even though I'm adding the coffee, I'm probably going to only use 6 ounces of water. And we'll get our coffee in there. Okay, here's our 4 ounces of hot water for our rice. Did put some salt in there, so I'll give it a little bit of a stir. And we'll get this closed up. Set it aside. That's about how much them bags hold. Barely 4 ounces of water. So that's what I'm going to add to our chocolate shake. There's 4 ounces of cold water. Even though it calls for 8, I'm just going to add 4 for now. And just shake the crap out of it. Okay. I shook the crap out of our chocolate shake. See how it looks. Thin. Let's see how this is with just 4 ounces of water and a pack of coffee. Okay, there's still some powder stuck inside the pouch, so I added 2 more ounces of water to the pouch, gave it a good shake, poured it in my glass, so that's about 6 ounces of water. We'll get our crackers opened up. Kind of wish I still had some pilot bread, because I like how much darker that pilot bread is baked. The crackers, they're just kind of pale. I can't remember if these are kind of salted or not. Yeah, they got some salt on them. They're not too bad. Wish they had more of that like baked flavor. Get our peanut butter opened up. And our strawberry jam. I don't know, some people just don't like peanut butter and crackers, or just peanut butter in general. I've enjoyed it for quite a while. Maybe it's just a kid thing. But like I said, for me, I can just eat this all day long. Oops. Okay, I'm not sure how much space I'm going to need, so I'm going to move our crackers, peanut butter and jelly out of the way. Actually, put these over here. Get kind of one of our larger bowls. It doesn't really want to sit in this area very well because this is kind of a lot of rice, and I don't want to fog up the camera too much. Okay, normally with rice porridge, I've made it before. You know, when the rice is done, you usually put in some milk and keep it on the heat. And you make it like risotto. And as long as you keep stirring, it'll pull starches out and it get really creamy. But with instant rice, it gets mushy quick and does not work very well that way. So to try and give an idea that it's going to be creamy, the instant milk, it calls for 8 ounces of water. I'm only going to try and start with 3 and try and keep it thick. And I'm just going to mix it in there with our apple jelly and our cinnamon sugar. We're going to have an apple cinnamon rice porridge. Okay, like I said, I only used 3 ounces of water in our instant milk. Gave it quite a bit of shaking, and yeah, it's a little bit thick, a little bit frothy. Pour all that in there. And our apple jelly. And I'm going to put in the whole pack. Because why not? And our cinnamon sugar. I know it's going to be pretty darn sweet. And we'll mix this up really well. Okay, I know it doesn't look like much, but let's give it a taste. And that tastes actually quite good. You don't really taste much of the apple. The most prominent flavor is the cinnamon. It's got a nice creaminess from the milk. I almost wish I had some, I don't know, maybe some sunflower seeds or even a pack of raisins to put in here. The rice still has a good chew to it, but yeah, that is actually quite good. Give our chocolate shake a mix with our pack of coffee. See how this tastes. And that tastes quite good also. Nice and chocolatey. You got a really good coffee flavor. Oh, like I said, I only used, I think, 4 ounces of water in the packet to mix it up. And added another 2 ounces of water. That's worked out really well. But, okay, that's going to do it for breakfast. I know it might seem a little odd, but hey, it worked out really good. This rice porridge is really nice. I'm definitely going to finish that. I'm glad I only added like 3 ounces of water to the instant milk. It actually has its own nice sweetness to it. It just worked out really nice. But that's going to do it for now. I'll see you at lunch. Okay, here we are for lunch. And today it's going to be one of the odd meals that I had a hard time putting together. But this seems to be the only one. Going to have a lot of sugar for lunch. Going to be our chocolate chip mousse, high energy, high calorie survival food bar, sugar cookies, and I'm going to use our true orange and some sugar, make a kind of an orange drink. But let's get everything in our glass here, because it's going to take a little while for that sugar to dissolve. I'll edit that out though. I've made drinks with the True Lime, True Lemon, and I can't remember if I've done the True Orange or not. But the flavor of them are pretty good. Yeah, I stole the sugar out of one of the U.S. rations. I still have a little pack of sugar cubes, but I'm going to use that for dinner. And get some water in there. It's about 6 ounces. And we'll get our chocolate chip mousse going. Get chocolate chips in there. Definitely smell the chocolate. It almost smells like just hot chocolate mix. And it just calls for 4 ounces of water. Seal this up. Shake the crap out of it. Okay, gonna let that sit a few minutes. We've had our high energy cereal bar. I believe it was day 2 of meals. I can't remember. It's pretty good though. And our cookies. And if anybody was wondering, the ice storm we had Thursday wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. We just probably, well, where I live got just a bunch of sleet. It wasn't too bad. I still didn't go into work though. But unfortunately they didn't like that. Even though the roads were solid, if I would have went home at the time I worked, they would have been solid ice on the way home. So I stayed home for the day. Yeah, I got a point for it. Yeah, you know, whatever. I ain't gonna forget about it. Believe me. Well, let's get our drink stirred up and get this edited out, because I know this is going to take a while for the sugar to dissolve. Okay, drink stirred up, and I'm standing over it and I can still smell orange. Smells great. I'll check out our high energy food bar. And it's okay. It definitely got a lot of sugar in there. A little bit dense. You can taste a little bit of the coconut in there, but it's just basically tastes like a really sweet cereal bar. It's not too bad. Get one of our sugar cookies. And they're okay, just, you know, your basic sugar cookies. A little bit sweet, crunchy. It almost tastes like it has a little bit of a lemon aftertaste. But let's check out our drink. And that's not too bad. One thing I do like about the people that do make True Lime, True Lemon, and True Orange, I think they make True Grapefruit also. It's actually, you know, crystallized, you know, orange, lemon, and lime. Tastes very natural. I did put 2 packs of sugar in there. It's not quite sweet. If you want it sweeter, definitely use 3 packs. It's good though. Alright, give that another really quick shake. It looked like it mixed up pretty well. See how well I can get this out onto the tray without making too much of a mess. Fold this over, or try to. I don't think it's going to want to. Trying to get out as much as I can. Alright. Just like the first chocolate mousse I had, its thickness is about the same, except this one's got chocolate chips in there. It's nice and thick. Yep, tastes just like the first one, except, like I said, chocolate chips in there. Good flavor. I'm sure it tastes just as good on the sugar cookies. And it does. It's pretty good. But that's going to do it for lunch. Got a lot of sugar here. Going to be wired up for a while, but I done the best I could for lunch. I kind of ran out of starches and had to sacrifice one meal. That's one of the things I was saying earlier in my review a few parts ago. That we got about 1,200 calories here, but unfortunately this one is just a lot of sugar. But everything still tastes great. Hope you're enjoying the review so far, and I'll see you at dinner. Okay, everybody, here we are to finish up with dinner with all of our odds and ends that we had left over. We have our filled French toast. I'll put some pumpkin spice whip topping on top of that. Got some mashed potatoes that I'm going to have with some beef gravy. And normally, I wouldn't have a high energy cereal bar for dinner, but I'm going to check it out anyway. And we got some sugar cubes, going to go with our true lime to make a drink. And besides some beef gravy, I'm going to give our mashed potatoes a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. Let's get our drink started really quick. So many items to get ready. Not sure what to get started first. And our sugar cubes, I think there's probably 2 in there. Well, got one big one. Oh, actually, there's 2 of them. Okay. We'll get our mashed potatoes in our bowl. I think the last time, it still calls for like 4 ounces of water. And the other one we had easily took 8 ounces. And we'll toss in some Montreal steak seasoning. Don't want to put in too much, still going to put in some beef gravy. Get our cereal bar out. Let's see what this looks like. This one looks like it's going to be more peanut based. I was a little scared, wondering what was going on. But I guess I saw a blue ring around there. I guess that's like an M&M that they put in there. And we'll get our French toast out. I've always liked these French toast. Get our desiccant pack off there. And some water in our drink so it'll start dissolving. While that's breaking down, let's see here. Our beef gravy, it just calls for 4 ounces of hot water. Shake it for a minute. Let it stand for 2 minutes. Just smells like your standard powdered beef gravy. We'll leave that there. And our pumpkin spice whipped topping. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. You can see in there. That smells like pumpkin spice. That just calls for 2 ounces of water. Shake it really good for 30 seconds. Alright. While our water's heating up, let's start getting this a stir. Everything get dissolved and get everything edited out. Okay, we got 3 ounces of hot water for our gravy. Calls for 4. I'm only going to use 3 because a lot of them come out a little thin. And give it a good shake. Okay, I actually had to put in the full 4 ounces of water in this because 3 ounces, it was pretty darn thick. And our 8 ounces of water for our mashed potatoes, just in case it's lying to me. I'm just going to put in 4. And yeah, it's definitely 8 ounces of water. There we go. Man, that is just so thick. Okay. Definitely needs more seasoning. Because that was pretty bland. Alright, get this stirred up a little bit. Okay, that's better. And 2 ounces of water for our pumpkin spice frosting. Now I'm just using room temperature water. Didn't say to use hot or cold, but I'm sure it didn't mean to use hot. Okay, even though it says use 2 ounces of water, I shook it for probably a minute. It still seems thin. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. Check out one of these high energy cereal bar. These look nice. Yeah, these are really good. Mainly tastes like honey, a little bit of chocolate. You can taste the peanuts and sunflower seeds. You can see everything in there. These are really good. Yeah, those taste really nice. And I'm going to check out our potatoes really quick. Nice and smooth. They smell good. Yeah, I probably used half of the steak seasoning in there, and that worked out really well. Gives this a really good flavor without being, overly salty. And we'll give this a shake and add some of our beef gravy to it. Move this out of here really quick. Check this out. Yeah, 4 ounces seemed really well, because you can see how thick the beef gravy is. So I'm sure it's going to be pretty salty. So I'm going to use, that's probably half of it. Check a little bit out on its own. And actually that's not as salty as I thought it would be. And the beef gravy, the beef flavor ain't too bad. Has a good flavor to it. Sure will make the potatoes taste a whole lot better. And it does. These potatoes taste really good now. I'm glad I chose the steak seasoning and the beef gravy. And let's check out our lime drink. And that is, man, that's definitely lime. Those 2 sugar cubes didn't really sweeten this much at all. It's definitely heavy on the lime flavor. But I will say that's easily a very natural lime flavor too. Okay, I'll give our pumpkin spice whipped topping another really good shake really quick. Yeah, I shook the crap out of it for another minute. Calls for 2 ounces of water. I think 1.5 would probably do better. It's a little bit thick, but I mean, you can see it's still pretty thin. It does have really good pumpkin spice flavor, but yeah, calls for 2 ounces of water. I would easily use no more than 1.5. Maybe start with 1. I'm sure it'd make this filled French toast taste a whole lot better. Because I think these are really good. You can see the filling in there. These always have great flavor. Yeah, it definitely has a decent cinnamon maple flavor to it. And just for the heck of it, see if I can dunk that in there a little bit. See what the flavor would taste like. Yeah, I wish this was a lot thicker. It tastes really well with our filled French toast. But anyway, that's going to do it with the dinner portion of a lot of the leftover items I had after our 3 main meals. Everything here is really good. I'm definitely going to finish the mashed potatoes with the steak seasoning and the gravy. And you know I always going to finish the French toast. The high energy cereal bars, the one I had earlier and this one, are really good. Has really good flavor. But overall, for this entire ration, and there's just a lot of food here. Like I said, I'd done 4 basically 24-hour meals, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can easily probably go for a few more days because every day was about 3,000 calories. And I'm going to set this aside. And a few of the items that I still had left over, still got another high energy, high calorie survival food bar. That's like 410 calories. Got a packet of chicken gravy. Got a packet of chocolate icing. And I didn't mess with any of the tortillas. You know, I still got 2 packs of tortillas. And naturally, I still got some cans of water left over. And I didn't even open up the Old Bay seasoning. So you got plenty of seasoning to still go with it. But there's easily plenty of interesting, cool food to check out in this ration. And as always, from the start, just want to once again thank the subscriber who sent this to me. I always really appreciate it. But like I said, that's everything. Everything was really enjoyable. Hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a little long, 5 parts. I've never done a review that was 5 parts long. You know, just 1 or 2. Like I said, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.